it's Sam. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions demo of the new, I'm so excited about these guys, Model's Own Cover It Full Coverage Concealer. This is what the actual packaging looks like. There we go. So it just comes in a white and light pink box, and the actual product itself, once you get it out of the box, looks like this. So it's like a nice white tube. It has the actual color right here on the front. So you can see like what color this one is, what, 01 light. And it's just like a nice little squeezy tube. These are available at Ulta. They launched yesterday. There are 6 shades altogether. I do have all of them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little swatch test on my hand so that you guys can see all of the different shades, because it looks like they've got a nice shade range. They're $7.99 in case I didn't say that. And basically they're just a full coverage concealer. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. It just says that the Ultimate Full Coverage Concealer Cover It is available in 6 highly pigmented shades from light to warm deep, and will airbrush any imperfections to leave you with a flawless finish. The full coverage complexion perfecting concealers are easy to apply and blend, whilst the high performance formula expertly covers skin imperfections with all day wear. So the first color is Light 01. Actually, let me get a little closer for you guys. Hello! So this is the Light 01. First I'm just gonna dot them. So that's Light 01 right there. And then I'll kind of blend them out so you guys can see. So that one right there is Medium 02. Then we have Medium Tan 03. So that's that one, and don't worry, I'm gonna wipe them out. This is Tan 04. And I like the way that they've like named them. They've kept it really simple. I hate when it's like W412 and it's like, oh, for God's sake, I can't be bothered with that, you know what I mean? This one is 05 right there, and then we have 06 Warm Deep. That is the one thing that I've noticed. You kind of gotta, it's like toothpaste, you gotta work from the bottom. These are all of the shades. So 01 light, 02 medium, 03 medium tan, 04 tan, 05 deep, right? Yeah, and then 06 warm deep. So you can see there's quite a nice range. So there's the shades, guys. You can see it goes from really, really fair all the way to like a really nice warm deep shade. So I feel like there is a nice range of colors. Obviously there's not like neutral this and warm this and cool this. It's just kind of pretty basic. But as far as like a drugstore concealer that is $7.99, I think there's a nice range of shades there, and they're all very nicely like colored in my opinion. They have like a bit of a peachy undertone, which is good for your under eyes because then it really does help to kind of cancel any discoloration or darkness. And then it also just kind of nicely brightens up. So there's the shades there as far as the concealers go. I'm basically going to be demoing 3 of their new products that they just released. So I'm going to be doing the concealers. I'm also going to be doing their eyeshadow palette, and then their new setting and prime spray. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you the actual palette. This retails for $14.99. There are 10 shades. 5 of them are shimmery, 5 of them are matte. It does have a nice big mirror, and then those are the shades. You can see they have a nice range of light all the way to a very nice deep color. So I feel like this would be a really great universal palette. I feel like a lot of different skin types, or sorry, skin tones could wear this. What I do love about it is that they have featured this color right here, which is a beautiful brow bone highlight. It's also really pretty to pop the inner corner. I did use it to create this look, so you guys will be able to see me using it from start to finish to complete this whole eye look. Okay, so there is all the shades swatched. So right here we have the first color. This is called Basic, which is like a really pretty kind of champagne-y golden shimmer. Then we have the color Interlude, which is like a really soft kind of like pinky nude. Oh, come on. There we go. Next we have Playtime, which is like a really soft frosty pink shimmer. Then we have Slip, which is like a slightly warmer, almost like a terracotta nude. Oh my God, what is wrong with my camera? Come on! How am I supposed to work like this? Next we have the color Exposed, which is like a really pretty shimmery, almost like a rose gold. Then we have Low Key, which is like a really pretty warm brown. Then we have the color Suede, which is like a really pretty bronze, like with golden shimmers. It's just shimmer. Then we have the color, it says Timed or Timid, but I think it's actually Drape. I think they might be switched around on the back. Next we have the color Timid, I think, which is like a really pretty kind of like reddish, rosy, kind of coppery shade. And then we have the last color Undone, which is like a warm kind of like, it's like almost like a brick red brown. And you can see like how shimmery those shimmers are. They're really kind of like metallic-y. They're super pigmented. Everything is really pigmented. The only color that I found to be a little bit less pigmented is this dark color right here, which is called Drape. You do have to use a lot of it to build it up, but once you do kind of build it up, it's really beautiful and very deep. And I didn't use any kind of primer or anything on my arm. That's just me swatching it, just dry arm. So you can see, they're just like, no, you can't see. They're so pretty. I love them so much. So you are going to be able to see me applying those to my eye. I created this look. It's like a really nice, dark, smoky chocolate brown eye with like a really pretty bronze. And everything on my eyes is from this palette. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop. You don't need to mix and match the palettes. Everything that you need is in this one palette. So for me, I feel like it is just bomb. It's $15, $14.99. You really can't go wrong. The pigmentation is great, the quality is great, the color choices are great. I love that the fact that they have matte, they have shimmer, they have really deep colors, and then they also have highlight colors as well. Go buy it right now. You will not be disappointed. I promise you, unless you only like to wear cool tones, you're gonna love this. It is so good. And then last but not least, this is the Model's Own One Night Stand 2-in-1 Prime and Set Spray. This is $7.99. It is a rose water setting spray. You can also use it as a primer though. It's hydrating. It says this 2-in-1 Prime and Set Spray is rose water enriched multitasking mist that can be used as a primer and also as a setting spray to ensure your makeup stays in place all day. The hydrating formula can be used to achieve a barely there beauty look or ensure your flawless full coverage is set all day or night. So that's $7.99, guys. I will also use that in the video, in the kind of demo. Let's go ahead and get into the demo now. I'm gonna be using all of these products on my face so you guys can see them in action. If you guys like these type of videos, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoy them. And don't forget to subscribe, click that notification bell. Everything will be listed down below. So if you guys wanna get this, it's linked, it's listed. And I'll have the prices down there as well in case you didn't catch them in the video. But they are available now. So they just launched yesterday at Ulta. It says they will be in Ulta stores from January 29th. So it just probably depends on what store you are. Like mine won't get it for a while, most likely. They are available on Ulta.com right now. So I will link those down below so that if these are something that you want to try, I mean, honestly, the prices are so good. For $7.99, give it a go. It might not work for me, but if you have normal to dry skin, you might love it because these are quite rich and creamy. I'm also going to be coming back throughout the day to check in on this concealer because I am so oily. I do get so oily in this area, and sometimes when a concealer is so rich and creamy and it feels kind of like hydrating, I have issues as far as it breaking apart or being super oily. I'm gonna come back and check throughout the day just to see what that concealer does with my oily skin. But for $7.99, I would just recommend trying it because so far I'm obsessed. I think it looks beautiful underneath there. And for the price, it's like you cannot go wrong. You're gonna love this, I guarantee it. It is so, so good. So yes, let's go on to the demo. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I already have my base on. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Light 01. So it comes in this nice little squeezy tube. Okay, so you have to squeeze quite hard to get it out. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like super thick and super full coverage. I probably put way too much. This light is really light, so, oh wow, this might be way too light for me. Oh God, it's so full coverage. Woo! Okay, I put way too much. This is looking pretty white, which is nice because that means for the fair ladies, you know, sometimes they make concealers so darn, like they're not even that light, and then you don't even get any brightness. So the light is white. I mean, that is light. And that is the lightest color I have. Okay, so the next color up is Medium 02. I just want to see what this looks like compared to that light. Oh, so I feel like this would probably be my color. Yeah, I think the medium I'm just gonna go ahead and like add that a little bit. So I think the medium would probably be better for my skin tone. We're just gonna go ahead and blend this out. I always blend out my concealer with a beauty sponge, so that's how I'm gonna do this one. And this is like so full coverage. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe you hardly need anything. Like, I think a tube would last you such a long time because you need the tiniest amount. And like, look at the coverage on that side. It is intense. Like, it's really full coverage, guys. For that price, the amount that you need that's really bang for your buck. That's what I'm trying to say over here. So we're just gonna blend this out. It seems to be blending out nicely. I was a little concerned that it was gonna be like, whoa, white under eye, but it seems to be blending out really nice. And even though it did feel quite rich and kind of creamy, it doesn't feel overly oily now that I'm like blending it all out. I feel like a blending sponge, like a beauty sponge, is definitely the way to blend it out, just to kind of absorb that extra kind of, you know, creaminess. But that's done really well. I mean, look, it's nice and bright under there. I feel like it's covered really well. It's covered my dark circles. It's covered any discoloration. And it has like a nice bit of a sheen to it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and set my under eye, do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back and then we're gonna do a look with the palette that they've just released as well. So I'm very excited for that because the colors are beautiful. Okay, so I have done the rest of my makeup. Everything went on really well. The powder blended out nicely. Everything looks really good under there. I am noticing just a smudge. It's not even creasing, but I have noticed that it's like gone into my under eye line a little bit, but then it doesn't look like it's collecting, or it looks like there's concealer that I could wipe away. Like, everything is set really nicely. I just did notice that like on one of the creases, kind of like right here, it is a little bit, there's just a little bit of product stuck in there. But other than that, like, everything looks really nice underneath. It looks really like nice and smooth and bright. It's really, so far, really, really good. I'm happy with it. So this is the Barely There 2 eyeshadow palette from Model's Own. And we are just gonna go ahead and play with this today. I'm so excited. It has 10 shades altogether. It says Essential Neutral Taupe, Gold, Pink, and Brown tones in a combination of both matte and shimmer finishes. These velvety shadows are buildable and blendable for a customized eye look. Actual packaging just looks like this. I think all of their palettes look like this. They're just kind of like a plain white. And then on the back, it has the names as well as what the colors look like. So that's pretty helpful. So when you open up the palette, there's a nice big mirror. That's actually a really good size. And then there's the 10 shades of shadows. So those are all of the different colors there. So you have a nice kind of like variety of mattes and shimmers. And you also have some really nice light colors, but then they also have some really nice dark colors in there too. So I really like that. Okay, so I'm gonna pop right on into that lightest shade right there. It does have a bit of a pinkish tone, but my highlighter at the moment is actually on the pinkier side, so I think that's actually gonna blend really well. This is pigmented, it's going on really nicely. I didn't have to get much product at all, and it seems to be doing a really good job of just like highlighting. It's got a nice finish, it's not too shimmery, but like that is giving me a really great like pop of highlight. Hopefully you guys can see that. That's a really, really pretty color. So I'm glad that they featured a color that is good for the brow bone, because so many palettes don't do that, and then it's like, oh, then you got to use something else just for your brow bone. So I think the first color I'm going to take for my crease is this shade right here. This one is called Interlude? I feel like it's just a nice neutral, but it still has a nice, I mean, it's definitely on the warmer side versus the cooler side, which you guys know I really don't like cool tones on me. They're just not my favorite. So I'm happy that this has warm colors because I like warm colors. So this seems to be blending out really nicely. It's beautifully pigmented. This matte is like really, really nice. If it doesn't make my eyes water, this is something that I could absolutely see me using and reaching for on a daily basis because it's all of the colors that I normally reach for. It's a nice mixture. You can do a really kind of natural eye, but you could also do like a really nice dark chocolatey smoky eye. There's so many options. Okay, I'm gonna deepen it up just a little bit using this one right here, which is called Slip. It's just a slight bit darker. Got a little bit more of a kind of brown tone to it. I'm basically just layering that just below that first color that we used. So far, I'm loving this palette. These shades blend out super easily. They're really, really creamy and pigmented. Okay, I am gonna go ahead and go into this color right here, which is the bottom color, and that's called Undone, and this is just a slight bit darker. And again, I'm just kind of like going just below that, just a little bit. This is just the Pop Beauty one that I used yesterday. And I'm just gonna put that right on the lid because I just want it to have extra pigment right where I want it to be the darkest. Okay, the next color I'm gonna take is this very, very deepest dark chocolate one. And then I'm basically just gonna press that into this where I put the primer. I just want this to be nice and rich and dark right here so that I look like a Valentine's box of chocolate. It's like all my favorite tones of chocolate, except for I actually really don't like dark chocolate at all. I think it's so disgusting. I don't know how people eat it. It's like, why waste your life on dark chocolate when you could have milkiness? For some reason, I'm getting a little bit less pigmentation on this one. It felt like, maybe because it was so dark, I was expecting it just to be like, whoa. But I feel like, see, do you see what I mean? You do have to kind of like build it up quite a bit to get the color that it is in the palette. So this would be the only color that I'm like, okay, that's not quite as pigmented or rich as I was hoping for. But once you build it up, then it's gorgeous. You just have to work a little harder on this one to get that like super rich, deep, dark chocolate color. So usually what I like to do when I am doing like a super dark smoky eye is just build up the majority of the color right at that base so that it's deepest right here. And then whenever my brush starts to be getting like less product, that's when I'll start blending up. And then I only go about this far, like in the crease. Then I'll brush off my brush and then I'll go back and start blending. Because otherwise you end up picking up so much product on your brush that as you're trying to blend upwards, it ends up getting like so dark that it's like you don't even have any brow bone highlight at that point. I love those colors. I think they are absolutely beautiful. I'm really, really happy with it. I am gonna go ahead and go into this bottom color right here, which is called Suede. We're gonna take Suede, which is like a really shimmery kind of bronzy brown. It's got some gold in it, and I am gonna take it with a wet brush. I just sprayed some MAC Fix Plus on there, so we just wanna see how shimmery it is. And I'm gonna, oh God, yes. I can't even see that good in my mirror, but I can see the beam. Hold on, let me look up close. Yes! Oh, hold on, I'm getting a bit of a chunky situation going on. I just need to blend that out a little bit better. Oh God, this is so beautiful. With the MAC Fix Plus, can you guys see that sheen? Like, oh my goodness. It is so shiny and fabulous. So I highly recommend using some MAC Fix Plus to really pop that color because it is intense when you do it that way. The sheen is just like, oh my goodness. Okay, my sister was just on the phone, so we got to chatting. She said that she's been watching this girl called Emily Norris, and she told me that I should Google her because I've never heard of her before, and that I would love her because she's English and she's super silly, and she said she reminds her of me and a mixture of our mom because my mom had an English accent. So she said I have to go and watch her. Oh, this is where it all goes downhill. It's the bottom silly little eyeballs that get powder in them, and then it all goes to crap from here. Oh, so annoying. I'm just taking this color right here, the one that we kind of used to darken the crease a little bit more, and I'm just getting my brush wet so that I have less powder flying in my eyeball to try and make my eye water. You should have seen me yesterday. I literally look like such a hot mess. My eye wouldn't stop watering, and so then because I used that new mascara yesterday, literally it was just smeared all over my face. So I had to wear sunglasses like to actually go out in public, because then once it was on I couldn't get it off. It was like all down here. It looked like I've been crying. It was a wreck. I think I am just going to take a little tiny bit of that shimmery bronzy color that we put on the lid, and I'm just going to kind of, oh yes, I put that all the way across. Oh, I love this. This is so pretty. I'm so happy with this palette. I cannot even tell you. This is Brownie from Marc Jacobs. I love this because it's super rich and it's super chocolatey. And I'm just gonna pop that into my waterline. And then do you know what I am gonna do? Rebel! I'm going to take my little brush, Coastal Scents brush. I'm gonna wet this as well. And then I'm gonna dip it into that highlight color that we used, that lovely, delicious little Playtime color right here. And I'm just gonna use that one to just pop. Yes, when you wet these guys, the shimmery ones, it just like takes it to a whole nother level. The last but not least from the new collection is the One Night Stand 2-in-1 Prime and Set Spray. So you could actually use this to prime, I totally forgot to, but it's also for setting. It's long lasting and hydrating. This one retails for $7.99 as well, so it's really, really affordable. I love the packaging, I will say that, because it's like black and white, but then it has that One Night Stand in like a really soft pink, almost like ombre writing. It's really pretty. I'm just gonna shake it up. Oh god. Oh, it smells so nice. It smells exactly like rose water. The mist comes out quite a lot, but it's not like splobby, so you don't have like a blob of water. It comes out very nice and fine, but you do get a lot of it, so make sure that you're not like super close, because I think I just got a little bit too close. Smells so beautiful of roses though. It's not like a super strong, like mature rose, if you guys know what I mean. It's a very subtle, very soft rose water scent. It's really refreshing, and it seems to have done a really nice job of popping that highlight and just kind of like letting everything kind of melt into the skin. By the way, for my highlight, I cannot stop wearing this. This is the Nars Free Soul. It's like a pink, it's like a blush highlight, but I've been wearing it as my highlight, and it is just the most beautiful thing. I just love it so much. On my lips, I also have a new product I'll just go ahead and share with you. This is the Glazen Over Intense Color Lip Glaze from Incredible. The color that I have is Gone Shopping. It's like a nice kind of pinky nude. And then on top in the center, I have Incredible In a Dream World Iridescent Sheer Gloss. And this one is in the color Rainbow Hooves and Crazy Moves. Woohoo! So that's what I have on the lips. I really like it. It's very beautiful. So there is the finished look, guys. I'm so happy with this palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I am gonna go ahead and check in throughout the day because I do have that concealer on. I also want to let you know if my eye watered. Every single dry shadow makes my eye water nowadays. The only thing that I can get away with is ColourPop because they're those cream shadows. But so far I'm not watering, which is good. That's a good sign. But I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna check in on that concealer, see how it held up throughout the day, see if it got oily, because obviously it was such a rich, creamy concealer that's my biggest concern, because that is where I get really oily, is like right in this area. But as of right now, my under eye looks really smooth. It looks really, actually, it just looks beautiful. Like once I covered up that little bit where I did see a tiny bit of a crease, but it wasn't creamy crease. It was just, there was foundation in my crease, but I've shaded that out with shadow. But my under eyes look super duper smooth and super duper bright. So I'm really, really happy with what it looks like right now. There's a nice close up so that you guys can see underneath my eyes. And I'll kind of just give you a little moving of the head situation. And then that shadow, guys, oh my goodness, that palette is just so beautiful. You need it in your life. So far, I love the smell of this and I love the actual mist of it. But this will be a good test as well because I did spray this all over my face, and we'll see how this holds up with my makeup too. I hope you guys found that helpful. I'll see you guys in a little bit. It is currently 10:19 at the moment. So we'll come back, I'll probably come back around, I don't know, after lunch sometime. So far so good. It is now 2:39, 2:40, there we go. So it's now done for, how long is that? 11, 12, 1, 2. Basically about 4.5 hours. So I'm just gonna go ahead and check it out. So I'm definitely seeing quite a bit of oil right in this area. My actual under eyes though look really nice. It's just I always get greasy like right by the sides of my nose. It hasn't really collected or anything like that. Like it still looks really nice. It's just a little bit oily, like especially on this side. This side is oilier than this side, but there is some definite oil there. A little bit oilier than what I am usually at this point in the day. But it hasn't collected. It doesn't look weird. It hasn't oxidized or anything like that. I mean, it still looks just as nice and bright as it was before. Right under here has not creased. It doesn't look like it's stuck in my fine lines or wrinkles. It's just produced a little bit more oil than I usually have, but nothing major. So I'm still happy with it. I still feel like this is something that I could totally wear because I would just blot right now and then I'd be fine. But if you're normal to dry, I think that you would still be getting an amazing like concealer for super affordable, because 4.5 hours is still a decent amount of time to have your makeup on. And if this is it, it's just a tiny little bit of oil, that's nothing. And I'm super oily. So I'll come back, I probably will come back around maybe like 5 or 6. We have super slow internet, so it takes like hours to upload. So I don't want to go too late because then I'm going to upload today and it won't get up until 3 in the morning or something. So I'll probably keep it around 6 and then hopefully I can get it up for like maybe 9 or 10. It'll be 8 hours, which is like, you know, almost a full day's of wear as far as makeup goes, but I think by then we'll be able to know if it looks cruddy or not. So as far as the eyes, guys, I have not had any eye watering. I also haven't left the house today, so I don't know about that, but usually even if I don't leave the house, I'll still get some watering like towards the like midday, and I haven't had any today. My eyes have not bothered me one bit. And then as far as the rest of my makeup, I mean, it still looks like it usually does at this point of the day. So I feel like the locking spray definitely hasn't hurt. The hydration hasn't made me greasier than usual. Everything is still in place like it was when I first put it on. It's just that little bit of oil right there that is definitely just greasier than usual. So I'll see you guys around 6. Okay, so I'm back in for my last check-in. It is now 6:04. Oh my God, this phone. When I look at, hurry, I'm looking at it. Okay, no, it's 6:14. 6:14. Do you see that? I don't know. Anyway, it's 6:14. So it has now been on for 8 hours altogether. Basically, it looks exactly the same as it did when I checked in at 2. So it hasn't really gotten any greasier. I mean, it's just still greasy in like literally this little area right here. But then my under eyes are perfectly fine. They still look great. There's no crepiness. There is no dryness. It looks really good. Like I would be very happy. Minus this little grease section, I'm very happy with the way it looks. My eyes, the eyeshadow has stayed on really well. I still have complete sheen and metallic delightfulness. My eyes did not water the whole day, except for when I got squirted in the eye with the onion. That sucked. I'm actually really happy with this concealer. I feel like this is, I mean, it's a little bit of grease, but it's nothing I can't touch up with tissue or toilet paper or whatever. And it just, my under eyes looked really smooth and very bright all day long, and it's $7.99. Like honestly guys, just order it. Pick one up for yourself. I would say if you're kind of my coloring, you would probably need a medium. If you're any lighter than me, definitely go with the light, or yeah, the light. Eyeshadow palette, absolutely winner, love it. And I feel like if you have dry to normal skin, you're gonna absolutely love this concealer. You won't have this greasy problem like I do, but I'm really oily, and you guys know that. So overall, thumbs up. I actually am like really impressed with this. For the price, I think it's amazing. I think this locking spray did really great. It smells delicious. So good. These products are so good. They totally wowed me, and the price point is so awesome. So everything's linked below. Give me a thumbs up if you found this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.